daughter, child, beloved one, earth shaker. How many people have been impacted by the messages Elohim has given you to share? How many seeds did you sow through those messages? How many ministries did you connect with? How many ministries did you confirm? How many of the children of Elohim did you confirm? How much encouragement from the Elohim went forth? How much of the word did you share over the year? How many businesses were impacted? How many, ministries, assignments, calling, missions, and visions of Elohim, instructions, commands of Elohim were impacted by individuals who obeyed him, who walked in his way? How much did his word go forth from your mouth? How much did those messages of his word and those seeds sown on fertile soil go and forth to transform his world? To bring the Shemaim to Elohim, to draw people closer to Elohim, to lift up the name of Elohim, to esteem and exalt the name of Elohim. How much? How much? How many spiritual houses were being built? How much healing was going forth? How much deliverance was being built? How many of the poor in spirit were helped? How many of his poor people were helped in a spiritual and in other ways? How much did you help? How much did Elohim help you to help every area of your life and those connected in areas of your life, from your spouse to your children to your relatives to your kinfolk to your brethren? How much did it go forth? How much to biblical living, to the biblical standard, to a biblical integrity, to a biblical morality, to that of Messiah, to that of Elohim, to that of righteousness? How much has the righteousness of Elohim gone forth in your life? How much has the prophecies of Elohim been being fulfilled in your life when he said, many will be blessed by your service? When he said, I give you this mantle, and I give you this mantle, and I give you this gifting, and I give you this blessing, and I give you this calling, and I give you this purpose, and I give you this vision, and I give you this dream, and I give you this prophecy. And these will be saved, and these will return, and these will be reconciled, and these will be redeemed, and these will be delivered, and these will be kept, and these will be carried. How many? It doesn't even matter about the numbers. How many did Elohim restore to him and reconcile and say, rejoice because they've entered into the Shemaim? How much have they come into the righteousness of Elohim? How much have they come into the knowing of him? How much have they accepted their inheritance in him? How many have accepted the inheritance and the birthright of Elohim? How many have said, yes, I'll welcome home, Father? Thank you for welcoming me back. How many have turned away from being separate from Elohim and reconciled to him? How many have turned away from putting idols above him and loving the world above him and receiving of him? How many have been washed and made clean? How many have received new clothes? How many have received new clothes? How many have received the identity that Elohim has given them from the very beginning of time? How many? How many have come to know the name that Elohim has given them from birth and the purpose of it? How many have rejoiced in being so beloved by him? And being so particular with who they are, and giving them a new name, and giving them a new heart, and renewing their mind, and giving them his thoughts, and giving them his heart, and giving them his sight, and giving them his understanding, and giving them his truth, and giving them his favor, and giving them his blessings, and giving them his peace, and giving them his righteousness and his wealth, and giving them his abundance and his prosperity, and giving them awe and wonder and esteem and power and might in the glory of Elohim. and allowing them to share in Messiah. How many have rejoiced with him, to be one with him, to be in Ruach with him, to even maybe not physically see it, but spiritually see it. And it may not be there in the tangible, but then experience it tangibly and the Ruach. How many have been blessed by the service and the work and the faithfulness and the devoted love and the enduring love and the eternal love and the perfect love of Elohim? How many has he reconciled to him? How many become to see the value of Messiah? How many have become to see the value of Elohim? How many have come into understanding of Elohim, to knowing of Elohim, to the wisdom of Elohim, to the fruitfulness of Elohim, to the rain of Elohim, to the living water of Elohim, to the manna of Elohim, to the daily bread of Elohim, to the blood of Elohim, to the living water, to the righteousness of Elohim, to the compassion of Elohim, to the kindness of Elohim, to the mercy of Elohim, to the grace of Elohim, to the endurance of Elohim. How many have come to follow in Messiah's way, to say, I want you and nothing else, or I want you above all else, Elohim. I want the Father above all else. I will serve you. Everything before you ask, I will obey you. Because I love you. Hungry for you. Thirsty for you. In all of you. The wonder of you. The power of you. The esteem. The joy. The satisfaction. The joy, satisfaction, completeness, whole, fulfilled and satisfied of days, prosperity in you, prosperity in you, prosperity in you. How many have come into the rejoicing of Elohim, to the provision of Elohim, to the trust of Elohim, to the belief of Elohim, to the miracles of Elohim? How many have come to believe in Elohim, to believe in his word, to believe his voice, to believe his presence, to believe his truth, to believe his faithfulness, to believe in his abundance, to believe that his goodness and mercy endures forever, and his goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. To dwell in the house of Elohim, to be home with him, to be Shemaim upon you, in your heart and on your mouth and in your tongue and near you. To speak the language of the Shemaim. To be a beloved child of the Most High, the living Father, the good one, love himself, light and life, the hope and the future of Elohim. How many have Elohim touched, have reached him, have received his embrace, have received him, to the fullness of life, to the purpose of life, to the purpose of identity. You're an Elohim, the calling of Elohim, the choosing of Elohim, the electing of Elohim, the selecting of Elohim, the drawing of Elohim, the order of Elohim, or the plans, the hope and the future of Elohim. How many have come into the salvation of Messiah, the freedom of Elohim, the Almighty One, the Almighty. We thank you, Father, for your esteem and your awe and your wonder. And your desires continue to be fulfilled. Continue to set your people apart and choose for you in your sake in Yahushua Mashiach. I thank you. Thank you for esteem. Thank you for esteeming yourself. Thank you for your purposes and all that you've planned. And it is so, it is done. And your word never returning void. You always overcome the world, and we thank you that we're overcomers in you and super conquerors in you, and that you love us so much and you've chosen us to be sharers in your family and your kingdom and your reign on earth as it is in the Shema. You are lovely, and you make us lovely in you. Thank you for completing the good work you've begun in each of us. In Yahushua Mashiach, come on. Shalom, everybody. Love you. Peace.